Right, okay, this one is really useful one to open up the deep groin region, the adductor region, and some of the muscles that spread on up to your umbilicus region of your abdomen. I really like to do this one first thing actually. It's one of the first poses I usually do as a routine, first thing in the morning, just as the sun is rising up or just before it's risen up. Yeah, let's just do it and then I'll explain as we go through. Yeah. So I'm lying down on my front. I'm just going to put my hands underneath my chin. This is the crocodile pose. Crocodile pose is a very relaxed, calming pose, so you don't have to keep your feet together, you can just relax them apart a little bit and just chill out in that position. Take advantage of this position because now you're prone, so lying flat on the floor with your stomach facing the floor. That means that you can get a sense of the feedback of the ground with your breathing rhythm. So you can get a sense of whether you're breathing into your belly, your chest, your shoulders and so on. So yeah, good thing to actually use the position as a way of, getting some biofeedback into your breathing rhythm. Then from here, what we can do is start to bring in a little bit of leopard. So it's a leopard mixed with the crocodile. And that leopard position now, it's a leopard crawl. I can feel the opening. I'm going to put my left hand onto my cheekbone and I'm going to twist my head around a little bit. That twists the spine. This is a really good pose to help as a counter position for certain scoliotic spinal, I won't call it deformities, but adaptations. So yeah, this isn't to work against a congenital scoliosis. So one that's been born with. This is one to help to counter some of the adaptational scoliotic patterns that might have occurred. So those sort of S-shaped sort of curves in the spine, or C-shaped curves sometimes. So we're looking around to the side here. And if you're in the felt sense of your body and you can feel it, you can feel the sort of the realignment taking place as soon as you go into that position. Great to relax and breathe in a fashion, possibly 2 in, 4 out. The relaxatory breath helps to let the body know it's okay to be in that position, and so the muscles become, and the fascia and the tissues in general become a lot more adaptational, pliant, river-like, fluid-like. Let's do the other side. I'm just going to squeeze the microphone out of the way to do it, so you get the impression of what I'm doing without me talking too audibly now. Yeah. So you're kind of lying a little bit like from the waist up, like Cleopatra, aren't you? Ready to be fed some grapes. That'd be nice. Interesting. So it's my right side this time that is feeling like it is requiring more stretching. So it's the left before. And incidentally, just to explain, this is a mirror image. So it will seem like my left is my right and the right is the left. So don't get confused too much, hopefully, about this. So yeah, it's a mirror image. I don't know how that relates when I actually post it onto YouTube. I don't know when it de-mirrors it again. I'm not sure. I know these things. Okay, that's quite sufficient. I spent a little bit longer on that side because it felt like it needed it. And the next one is what I call the Crocpion. You could call it the Scorpadile if you wanted to, because it's a mix between a scorpion, so a prone scorpion that is, and a crocodile pose. So we're going to come back into the crocodile, and then we're going to take both legs out this time. Now do be careful if you've got some kneecap injuries, probably don't do this one, or if you do know that your kneecaps are a little bit vulnerable, just take your time. Bring your feet together. Wow, one awesome pose that one is. It just feels like that is what I need to do this morning. And now we're going to bring in some breathing with it and some play, so some movement. So as I breathe in, I'm going to come down with my feet. That's the moment where if you have got kneecap injuries, do take your time. Do be careful. Only go down until you feel that it's, you know, as far as your kneecaps really want to go. You start to feel the pulsing, so the distal aortic pulse, so the area where it bifurcates, so it splits into two, just underneath the umbilicus region. So it's usually on the left hand side, so you get a sense of that pulsing taking place on that bifurcatory point. It's just beautiful, and it's the area some people might say, okay, this is the dantian. This is the area that you know, you have all that energy that you're focusing upon in Tai Chi or Qigong. So yeah, which is the centre of mass really. Centre of mass when you're standing up, the centre of the bifurcation of your aorta, and the centre of, yeah, just being able to sense yourself in that balanced state. Good place to feel, and this is one of the key poses to help you feel it. It feels like you want to go down further and further and further each time, until you're almost lying like a baby. And there you go. So that's the Crocpion. You can call it anything you want to. Okay, to tell you what we do now, whilst we're on the front, I'll just show you the bladder exercise you can do with a peanut. So the peanut just here goes just above the pubic bone, or pubic bones. And again, you lay prone, so you're just lying on the peanut and just rotating from side to side, like you're kind of like a seal about to go to the water. Some people find this comfortable, some people don't. Some people don't feel it at all. You know, it depends on your body type and your sensitivity around the region. It's good to actually open up the sensitivity actually. It's often an area that becomes a bit numb. The detrusor muscles are a little bit like, in a way, the diaphragm, because it's in between being involuntary and being voluntary. It's quite a special muscle really. Good to feel that. Good to feel the whole of the body really. Okay. Tell you what, let's do another one while we've got the peanut on our back. So I'll show you the one that you can use for your neck. I usually use a bolster. Again, you can use a pillow or cushion or something like that. And then rest on the bolster with your head. Knees bent. Put the peanut underneath the base of the skull. So you're not going down too far down the neck to begin with. So it's pretty much on your skull, but right at the very bottom of it. And that's where the muscles attach. And then you're looking one way, and then the other. One way, and then the other. It feels so good. This is realigning, or helping to realign your C0, C1 sort of junction. So where the atlas and the occiput meet. Go slow, as fast as you want. You can feel the rest of the body whilst you're doing this one. It's very, in craniosacral therapy or osteopathy or chiropractic or manual-based physiotherapy, you often find that at some particular point, whether there is a need to actually adjust the neck or not, a therapist of worth, of you've been practicing for some time, will often come to this region. Because it's a region that's highly important to remain fluid and mobile. If it gets too tight, you start to restrict things like the vagus nerve as it heads posteriorly down, as it heads distally down through the skull and towards the rest of the body. If it gets trapped, then you've got no braking system for the heart. You've got no braking system for your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight nervous system. So very, very useful to actually keep this area nice and loose. And of course, this is where the venous return, the deoxygenated blood from your brain comes back to your heart. And so again, if the muscles are too tight around here and they block that foramen, so the hole through the skull that blood's coming, then there's going to be a build-up in the head. What happens then? You get headaches, or you start to get foggy, or you start to get a little bit brain, yeah. I could do this all day. I better not. I've probably got better things to do. All right, so that's another useful one. And I was thinking about doing something else then, just for a second. Oh yeah, I'll take it down the neck a little bit. So you can use it further down the neck as well. So the same principle. This just helps to adjust the mid neck joint, facet joints. And you can take it all the way down to the bottom. Same thing. And we'll just take it down to the middle back as well. So I'm just laying it at the moment just at the region where my mid back, so just below the neck, has started. So the part of the back that joins onto the ribs. Now I'll take away the bolster. Oh, that's so good. Lift my arms up in the air. And I can do any sort of movements just here, from side to side, rocking, just to move things back into alignment. And you can use this as a reference to start to work down the body as well. So if I move that just down a little bit, and then lie back onto it, you start to shimmy around a little bit. Just helping the rhomboids now, so those rhomboid muscles in between the shoulder blades, just to loosen off a tad. If you become aware of them, if they have been a little bit tight and numb, then it's just the awareness itself that helps the blood to flow back and for them to just start to release. You can actually work all the way down the back with that, for that matter, but once you get down to the lumbar spine, it becomes a little bit less effective.